Brent, the Lost Arcader, and I'm back with Mark.
I figured since I stole one, you can have the next, and I'll get the last.
Well, aren't you thoughtful?
I am.
I was so lost for a minute. It's really sad. We only stopped for 5 minutes, and I forgot what the fuck was going on. It was just all black. This is the big creepy hand coming out, and of course this is Twilight Princess.
Do you want me to let you into the Twilight?
Yes.
Let me into the Twilight.
Now if she says that in her boudoir, it has a whole different meaning.
That's right. Well, she does have a giant hand.
What the hell does that... Whoa! My sword's clipping through my head! Did you see that?
Know that Link actually commits suicide in this game?
Yeah, it goes...
It's tragic, it really is.
Here they think Majora's Mask is the dark one, and that...
Yeah, no, it's... literally cuts his own head off.
You know what I just realized?
Okay.
Because I'm in the Twilight, as soon as I hit 200 rupees, I can't go back and get...
You can eventually.
The shield. Yeah, but I can't before the next, temple. That's horseshit.
Well, you can just deal with the wood.
No, well, at least I bought the bombs. So now we get to sniff through the dark here.
Sniff the dark.
That's right.
That sounds dirty.
Especially after she was just inviting us to enter the Twilight.
Alright.
Okay, I'm done with that now. Cleaning it up. Oh yeah, it's the cute girl.
Oh yeah, we haven't seen her in a while.
Spoilers, I like that the love interest isn't Zelda in this.
Yeah.
Zelda is pretty cool and badass in this one, but I really like that she's not the main love interest.
Well, I mean, it does make sense for the love interest not to be her all the time, because you are,
That's right.
You are a born chosen one out of, randomness. I mean,
yeah. Well, and you still, have free will and choice.
Exactly. It's not like...
You've never been the rich kid growing up. By the way, how long have we been playing at this point? I forgot to start the clock.
2 minutes.
2 minutes? Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, you're a random born chosen one, and you're not bound to the Triforce of Wisdom. It's not like whoever has.
Well, no, you're bound to the Triforce of Courage.
No, I'm saying as the owner of the Triforce of Courage, you're not bound to whoever has the Triforce of Wisdom. It's just you.
Oh, it kind of make you feel like that playing some of these, especially Wind Waker, man.
Yeah. I mean,
that is the most forced bullshit,
railroaded shit. Yeah.
Fantasy romance ever.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing that has ever mentioned, brought up, or anything that even fates are entwined, which makes sense. Link has done all of this stuff, and Zelda has not. And if their fates were entwined, like that.
Well, and even sometimes Zelda herself is very different, because sometimes she is just useless, and then other times she's sitting there, helping you out, helping save the day.
Do you ever think that it's a different Zelda?
No,
because as
again,
Link,
the not Twilight Princess, the Wind Waker thing where she forgets who she is, but the minute she remembers, she just becomes Zelda again.
I mean, just like Link, you're born into heroism, basically, and she could be born into wisdom, I guess.
Well, I guess. No, it's not the same person every time. But it's a different version of.
That's what I mean.
What Zelda is.
Yeah. So Zelda. It kind of makes you wonder. I mean, so how were they chosen to be the owners of the Triforce of Courage and Wisdom?
Well, I think they're reincarnated. It's just
exactly, but.
They're even a reincarnation of oneself can change, especially if you go back to what religious reincarnation is, where you're trying to be a better of yourself and kind of working your way up the food chain,
but they
so
always
to
look
speak.
the same.
Well, so again, you can act and you can learn and you can grow.
I guess what I'm getting at is, okay, so I have just for shits and giggles, I have an African American father and a Hispanic mother, and I come out as Link. Just because this is my time to be reincarnated.
So are you going to be white, or are you
going
to be darker?
No, I'm going to be just like Link. I'm going to be white, because Link has never changed. Link is Link. as the reborn chosen one, he is the same. And so,
Okay.
is that not a little dark that he kind of basically, his reincarnation takes over what could have been in that lifetime?
Maybe. I mean, they never really go that far.
Well, of
deep
course. I mean,
into
yeah.
it,
I mean,
but-
that's getting a little meta, but
Oh, just a little?
yeah.
There's something not right here.
No,
Where am I going, Mark? I've done something wrong. I shouldn't be in the castle yet, I don't think.
Yeah, fuck it. Just keep going. Just follow the pink.
I stopped following. I was just blindly running like a
No,
dumbass.
you just gotta follow the pink
wasn't I?
fart guys.
Dude,
That's-
I love that guy's character model right
Yeah.
there with the super pointy ears and the flat top. I don't know why. He's
that's
kind of
weird.
derpy, but I really like his character model.
Medical clinic.
Okay, so apparently she had the syphilis.
Well, yeah. What do you think you're following?
Yeah, but when she leaves, it should go away.
Well, the medication doesn't happen immediately.
Remember, kids, if you've got the crotch rot,
I was gonna say you got the undercarriage.
you've got to go at least 2 weeks without sex while on antibiotics.
Yep.
Whoa! I have a thingy.
You heard a boy passed out.
Man, this is the hypest gameplay.
I know, right?
Here.
Following
the
pink
big,
fart gas.
the big pink fart gas. That's right. Where
Uh,
am I going? Is this a tavern or something?
it's a bar. Yeah. Aren't you a little young to be going to a bar?
No, Link's pretty much like he's very young adult age, but he's adult age. Yeah, I remember this shit. Hey guys. Derp, derp, derp.
I know, man. That was some delay for a second. Jeez.
Oh God. I
Oh, we were
remember
talking
this.
about so before we left, we were talking about video games, right? Talking about
that I feel like
future.
that we both feel that it's.
We're coming into,
Coming
but
into a
but it's
better
very
time.
interesting because while I see evidence of very,
Hang on, doesn't this lady have a cat in the bar
I don't remember
that I
is-
can talk to?
That is a miniature detail that I would, just be pulling shit out of my
I
ass.
feel like something. Maybe not. Maybe it's later, but I swear there's a cat in here you can talk to.
But anyway, and it's very interesting because while I see evidence.
Oh, hey, hi!
Yeah, you found the pink stank.
The pink snake.
Stank.
Oh,
The pink stink. Which is what we were following the whole time.
okay. The girl,
Yeah, sure.
and now we've got a Zora person. Gee, anybody played Zelda before? What does the Zora mean? Maybe Lake Hylia? I don't know.
But anyway. So,
Anyway,
yeah, so
we
it
feel
is
like video
interesting.
games are kind of coming around.
It is interesting because while we see evidence of video games becoming a little more story driven, you have the Call of Duties and stuff that are still fairly laughable, but then you have things like the Horizon game that's coming out that looks very story driven. You have the Dragonscape whatever coming out that looks really cool. And even the FPSs like the normal bro games like Halo and things like that, they look like they're getting to be fairly story driven. At the same time, you had things like Rocket League punching charts in the dick.
Yeah.
And it's nothing. It's a bunch of cars driving around kicking a soccer ball.
Yeah, but to be fair, here's what I'll defend Rocket League with. It looks good for what it
It looks
is. It looks
decent, yeah.
really good, and it runs
It runs pretty easy.
very well.
Yeah, it runs pretty easy. But that's what I mean is, but
Well,
it's
in
getting
Splatoon, look at
Well,
Splatoon.
Yeah, Splatoon 2 is a great
It's a
example.
very simple, basic idea of
Yeah.
a game, but because it runs so well, 60 frames a second, it holds
and
solid.
It's chunky. It's chunky. It's I can play for 10 minutes and
Yeah,
not even wonder what's next. 'Cause I know what's next. The next is another matchmaking game. where I spit ink or kick a ball at a fucking goal.
Yeah, yeah.
So I see this competition between the two, where you have.
I think I went the wrong way.
These tiny, chunky games where you can play for 10 minutes and put it down and not even give a shit, versus these story-driven, very top-end graphics, immersive games. And I wonder what the end result's going to be. If it's going to be a easy co-living environment for the Zilla.
A world where all video games just get along.
Yeah.
I have a dream that my Mario Galaxies and my Red Dead Redemptions will sit at the table.
Live in harmony!
And live in harmony! Along with my Rocket Leagues.
And my Skyrims.
Skyrim is not a chunk game.
No, I was getting the opposite.
No, we already did the long games,
yeah.
though.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Dude, Lake Hialeah kind of looks like shit. How does that bridge work? Even when it's full of water, will somebody, for the love of God, explain to me how that bridge works?
Magic.
You see this jumping? That's because I'm waving my hands. I'm so angry about this.
Magic.
Wait, doesn't this shit light on fire? Oh God, it does. Oh God. Where do I jump off?
Do you smell anything funny? No, that
Like gasoline?
that pink mist was way back there.
Jeez. For the elves of Lordaeron.
Right?
Oh shit. Oh shit! I'm at Lothlorien. Uh-oh.
Run.
Well, I fucked that up.
Whatever.
Lordaeron is Warcraft, isn't it? Whoopsie doodle. I was going for a Lord of the Rings reference, Lothlorien. Yeah. I've always wondered, if I just hold that there, like, forever, will the fire catch up, or is it just paused while I'm
It's probably just paused.
Whee! I love the wolf owl. Woo! Fuck!
That's exactly what he's saying in dog.
Yeah, in wolf.
But yeah, man, I don't know. I wish there's only so much money to be spent on video games, you know? I mean, and that's what everyone's after, is your dollar.
Sorry, speaking of money to spend on video games, they didn't need to just show you that. They could have shown the lake and you just popping up out of the water.
Yep.
They didn't have to show you him falling in, but they did. I really respect that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I see, and then you have a tertiary competitor, which isn't really a thing yet. With the VR stuff, you know, you have the...
Well, okay, now here's a problem with VR that's going down. They're trying to, like... I don't remember, or don't know if you remember, a few years ago, computer games were backed by graphics card companies, so some games would run better on an NVIDIA, some would run better on a Radeon.
Sure, it's all, you know...
And now they may have that logo at the front, but they don't really run better on A or B. But for a while, they were locking you into that shit, and that was bullshit and sucked, you know? The VR things are doing that, where they're going to be made only. So you would think that the ones that you'd hook up to your computer would run any computer game, right? Like, of course,
yeah.
the Morpheus is tied to your PS4,
It's
so only a
be,
PS4 game is going to work.
It's always going to start that way.
But that's horseshit. You're just limiting the new technology.
Everything is done.
But think about it, Mark. You want the broadest market possible. You're already in a niche market buying a virtual reality headset, right?
Yeah. But you
want it as broad as possible. You don't want to lock down, especially like on a PC, for Christ's sake. You don't want to say, you can only play these games with your VR helmet that you bought for your computer. That shit should be unlocked and ready to go.
For me, it does make some sort of backward sense, because the consumer, the end consumer, you and me, are a tertiary income for the VR company, because they're going to sell, their rights to game companies. They're going to say, we will run your game, and your game basically exclusively, and you're going to pay us for it.
Yeah, but again, in the long run,
it's shit. But in the long run,
to build your business in the long run, you're talking about, it's like you're talking about a prison mentality.
Yeah, it's
Where
always starts that way.
you're the only, where everybody walks in that room and only one person walks out. But when you're starting a brand new market like the entire virtual reality market, you need to be thinking, what grows our entire business? Then once you've got money in your pocket and your business is firmly completed, so it's not just a little fad, then you can try to be the best in your business. But you've got to make your business legitimate
It never starts that way because the investment potential for games to invest in this 3D environment is there up front. The consumer buying the thing is still months down the road, years down the road, and so they see the flash of cash up front. And so I can understand. I don't agree with it, but it always starts that way. It always does, and that's okay because I know it's a transient thing. It'll fix itself.
But it might. My problem is it might not fix itself. What it might do is
It's
it might destroy the whole market.
I
Which
agree.
happened to that happened to VR already once back in the 90s. You know, it's because it was too expensive, because it was only one company. A company would make stuff for their machine, and that's all.
But to be fair, it was pretty shitty.
It was shit, but it could have evolved into something more.
It could have by this point. I think that but the other thing is there was no competitors really either. And now we have multiple companies. We have multiple competing systems. I think that if you fuckers are willing to put out the money for it, because I know I will be, I think that it's got some real potential.
And you know it has real potential?
What?
My ability to eat shit at this next part. So we're going to do this on the next episode of The Lost Arcader.
Sounds good.
My credit's done.
Me too.
I'll play this next quarter.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone! God, that thing's face is hideous.
It looks like a giant
Oh, jeez.
or a flower? Like a devil flower?
A devil flower!
Because that's a thing.
Alright, everybody get ready for devil flowers. See ya!
Peace out.